Good afternoon, everyone. It's the Portuguese Grand Prix, round 3 in 2021. Lewis Hamilton leads the championship by 1 point. He's 7 points better off than this stage last year. Max Verstappen, a massive 28 points better off. And Valtteri Bottas, after his worst opening 2 races in his Mercedes career, has chance of redemption today. He starts on pole for the second visit to the Algarve International Circuit and the 18th Formula One World Championship Grand Prix to be held here in Portugal. Last year's Portuguese Grand Prix ranked first for on-track passes with a total of 58. That DRS zone down the main straight, which helped many of those overtakes, has been shortened by 120 metres. We'll see what difference that makes in hot, sunny but blustery conditions this afternoon. A top speed of 212 miles an hour. Not 1 but 2 DRS zones. They put one in between turn 4 and 5. And Lewis Hamilton with a race lap record. This was last year's race. Lance Stroll and a move on Lando Norris that really didn't do Lance Stroll any favours. He was the only driver to retire from the race, 19 finished. Carlos Sainz had an excellent start. He started 7th. By the end of lap 1, he was up into first place. This is the move on Valtteri Bottas. He led 4 of the 5 opening laps. And Kimi Raikkonen from 16th on the grid, getting past Alex Albon here to move up into 7th place. He'd eventually move up into 6th before finishing 11th in the race. The tyre compounds, the same as they were last year. C1 is the hard, C2 is the medium, C3 is the soft. And the medium tyre, very much the favoured race tyre. The top 4 all start on that yellow striped tyre. But will the soft tyre runners at the beginning get a better launch off the line, and will they be a threat in the opening couple of laps? So it's Valtteri Bottas with a 17th career pole. Then he beat Lewis Hamilton by just 7 milliseconds. Hamilton second. He's won from his last 3 starts when he's been second on the grid. Max Verstappen started 3rd in Imola, led into turn 1 and won the race. He's got Sergio Perez for company on road 2 ahead of Carlos Sainz, who out-qualified his Ferrari teammate for the first time, in Esteban Ocon. High start since Spa last year. Lando Norris is 7th. Charles Leclerc, his worst start in 2021, is 8th. It's either 5th or 9th for Pierre Gasly in the last 5 races. Today it's 9th ahead of Sebastian Vettel. George Russell, with his best ever qualifying for Williams, starts 11th alongside Antonio Giovinazzi, 12th on the grid for the second time in 3 races. It's Fernando Alonso, the experienced Alonso, alongside the rookie Tsunoda, and ahead behind them Kimi Raikkonen, 15th for Alfa Romeo, and Daniel Ricciardo, 16th. Lance Stroll, also knocked out in Q1, is 17th ahead of Nicholas Latifi in the Williams. And then the back row, Mick Schumacher 19th and Nikita Mazepin starting 20th for the first time in his Formula One career. We are all set then for a fascinating Portuguese Grand Prix. Is it Red Bull? Is it Mercedes? Is it Mercedes? Is it Red Bull? Where are the challengers coming from? Because on the soft compound tyre at the start, Martin Brundle, they're going to be queuing up to attack the top 4.
Hope so. One of the most impressive things I've seen on the grid today was Lando Norris fist bumping every single person working on his car on the grid. Really nice touch. And of course you then are very much hoping you won't see them for at least 66 laps later on in the afternoon. But front row then, all Mercedes, second row, all Red Bull, as you know. Sainz, the outlier there in 5th on the soft compound tyres. What can he do? It's 302 metres from pole position to the braking point. Not that there is an awful lot of braking in turn 1. And so a reasonable run, and they're all going to be crowded in to the slipstream as those 2 Mercedes